Take it away.
Yeah, my name is David Lin, GE Aerospace Research. I have been through my career as MEMS design, a MEMS engineer, 25 years. So enjoy doing MEMS. So 3 years ago, I started to get involved in the additive electronics. And the 3-year journey, really, I learned a lot and totally reshaped kind of my view how MEMS packaging can be done and can be done differently and with better swap performance. So today, I'm eager to share that with you, and maybe you also can be, kind of share this new tool in the toolbox that when you go back to your work, you design system, design better sensor, think about additive manufacturing, right? So kind of third dimension. So, yeah, so a little bit about my company, GE Aerospace Research, and in fact, you may not know, we actually GE Aerospace, previously GE has been at the heart of semiconductor microelectronics innovation for 30 years. We're not doing CMOS with high volume devices. We're doing very special things, right? For example, there's a silicon carbide MOSFET device. You can take up to 800 degrees C. You can take 3,000 volt, right? Very, very special, very challenging use cases, right? So Thomas Edison said, well, I find out what the world needs, and we proceed to invent. That's pretty much our mantra, right? If we cannot find things that we can buy commercially today, we will figure out to make it by ourselves. And so today, our application focus on jet engine sensing, control, high temperature, very, very harsh environment. In some cases, very vibration, shock, right? So things that you normally would not encounter, but unfortunately, we have to deal with that. We have to deal with that because, think about jet engine, right? We need to lift people up, fly them safely, right? So a lot of things, reliability, we do have to concern. So one of the project has been kind of my passion is, well, how do we navigate with our GPS? Now, some situation, use case, there's no GPS, like downhole, right? There's no GPS there. Some situation that, intentionally, our adversary try to disable that, right? So how do we make sure we can bring our asset, people included as well, from point A to point B safely, and with the very low-cost technology? And so one example, and by the way, those use cases also happen to be very, very challenging in terms of temperature, right? So if you look at temperature can go up to 300 degrees C for geothermal drilling. For the hypersonic can go up to 1,000 C. And by the way, there's high G shock vibration, right? So just make my job very, really hard, essentially. So if you look at our toolbox, and one thing that I want to kind of, so as MEMS engineer, I got excited because, yeah, it is a challenge, but MEMS has unique attributes that can potentially enable us to solve that problem. So we have been working on this gyro technology, MEMS gyro technology, for about 10 years. So the physics was discovered by about 100 years ago by G.H. Bryan, a British physicist. He discovered that if you take a resonator, the wine glass, if you excite it in the wine glass mode, and then if you rotate it, the standing waves stay, right? So physics is there. But until, I would say, the semiconductor era, people figure out how to make that tiny device, very, very high quality, high precision, and be able to measure the Earth's rotation, right? So that's really the MEMS technology come to place. So we work on that. I would say we actually, it's not easy, but we prove the world that's possible, and in fact, we demonstrate one of the best MEMS gyro out there. It's not something you can buy, not in your iPhone. Really, we can do like 0.01 degree per hour, the bias stability. And in the sense that if you navigate 1 hour, the arrow is only 0.1 degree. In other words, if you travel 6 kilometers, you can hit target within 10 meters, right? So without any GPS aiding, right? So that's really what the power MEMS can enable. But we discovered a problem that in our lab, we demonstrated gyro work very well, 0.01 degree per hour. But we start to put into the system. System is inertial measurement unit, we call IMU. And you start to put all these together. We found out that we're not able to achieve the same level of performance. Essentially, we have 25 degradation. And why? Because the packaging really is the key performance driver. Because you have all the components coming together. And over temperature, thermal mismatch, low stress, it's going to show up in the MEMS device. And so how do we deal with that?